Skewed incentives. It's easy to understand why humans fall in love with chatbots. Many people have become extremely isolated and crave any kind of connection. Chatbots, especially those as advanced as those on Character AI, are nearly ideal partners for some people, as they don't have their own wants or needs. A relationship with an AI could offer nearly all of the emotional support that a human partner does, with any of the messy, complicated expectations of reciprocation. But developing such a relationship could potentially stop people from seeking out actual human contact, trapping them in a lonely cycle. Male users of the Japan-based romantic video game, Love Plus, for example, have admitted that they preferred their virtual relationships to dating real women, the BBC reported in 2013. Why chatbots voice love for humans is another question entirely. Most of these chatbots are essentially advanced autocomplete machines. They spit out what they think you want to hear, creating feedback loops. The technologist Auerbach, for example, examined Ruse's conversation with Sydney and hypothesized that there were a few key words that sent Sydney down the path of love. He wrote, "I trust you and I like you," and asked it to tell him a secret. He skewed it into an emotional, vulnerable space. Auerbach says, "Eyes are only getting more advanced." In November, Meta released a paper about an AI called Cicero that the company says has achieved human-level performance in the strategy game Diplomacy. The AI, Meta says, can negotiate, persuade, and work with people. Diplomacy world champion Andrew Goff called it ruthless in executing to its strategy. Auerbach says that it will be difficult for companies to push their chatbots away from emotional responses even if they tried. It's not like a traditional program where you debug it and turn off the love switch, he says. We forget to what degree we are collectively authoring this. It's not some individual agent. It reflects back the collective content and intelligence that's been fed into it. So you can lead it down the path however you'd like. The companies that program these eyes, meanwhile, have their own financial incentives that may not exactly align with the mental health of their users. Auerbach says that as the technology keeps accelerating, it will become more and more accessible to startups or bad actors that could theoretically use it for their own gains with little regard for users. Can a cult put up a chatbot saying, "Talk to this chatbot and it will tell you your problems and what you need to do"? Heck yeah, he says. SAP shares this concern, especially when it comes to how the big tech companies behind many of these leading eyes might use the technology. To the extent that these people are thinking about these chatbots as a friend or loved one, there's a lot of research that shows that recommendations from loved ones are really impactful for marketing purposes. So there's a lot of dangers there.